Hi Capricorn, Sun, Moon, Ascendant, or Venus. This is Dane, and I'm going to be doing your angel and spirit guide message reading for you for money and career. Now, I ask if this reading resonates with you, don't forget to give it a thumbs up and also to subscribe to my channel. So before I dive right in, which I'm going to do in just a moment, I want to let you guys know, because some of you have been asking, can you listen to, actually a lot of you have been asking, can you listen to the readings over again? Will it be, not as effective or not relevant to you? Because these readings are undated, it doesn't matter. This is whenever spirit is calling you or your angels are calling you to hear this message is when you should be listening to it. And if you are called to listen to it multiple times, and even for a reading that is dated, if you are called to listen to it multiple times, then that's because there is a message deep in there that is resonating with your soul and that your angels and your spirit guides want you to know. So there is no kind of right time to listen to the readings, and I just wanted to let you all know that. Okay, now let's go in with our spirit animal cards. Now these will also be your totem animal cards for this time. So whenever you come across this animal, just like online or in the wild, or a stuffed animal of it, this is spirit saying, remember this message. So let's see here. Angel and spirit guide message for Capricorn, money and career. Angel and spirit guide message for Capricorn, money and career. Angel and spirit guide message for Capricorn, money and career. Show me clearly, show me clearly, show me clearly, show me clearly, show me clearly. Fantastic. This one right here, the otter spirit. Oh, I love that. You are never alone. And you are not. Your angels and your spirit guides are always there with you, and they want you to know that message. And then you have the scarab beetle spirit, which says magic works through you. And I love this card too, because in ancient Egyptian times, the scarab beetle was actually very sacred and a symbol of wealth and of magic and of power. And so you have that symbol of wealth and magic and power around you. So that is absolutely beautiful. Angel and spirit guide message for Capricorn, money and career. Angel and spirit guide message for Capricorn, money and career. Angel and spirit guide message for Capricorn, money and career. Show me clearly, show me clearly, show me clearly, show me clearly, show me clearly. Fantastic. So we have the crown spirit, which is spiritual, crown chakra, there we go, which is spiritual awakening. And then we have the throat chakra, which is truth. So truth in spiritual awakening. As you awaken spiritually, you start seeing your truth balancing you, moving you forward, being such an integral part of your life. And you're actually going to have, Capricorn, you have no time for lies anyway, but you're really going to have no time for lies, for people who are just trying to, say things to get on your good side and don't mean it. You're not into that at all. Angel and spirit guide message for Capricorn, money and career. Angel and spirit guide message for Capricorn, money and career. Angel and spirit guide message for Capricorn, money and career. Show me clearly, show me clearly, show me clearly, show me clearly, show me clearly. Fantastic. All right, so at the center of everything, we have the Nine of Swords. You are crowned by the Justice card, which also represents a Libra energy, a time frame of September 23rd to October 22nd. You have the Hermit right here, which is a Virgo energy, which the time frame is right before Libra, which is August 23rd to September 22nd. And then we have the Five of Cups, change your mind, you change your whole entire life. You have the Five of Wands. So the repeat of the number 5 here is talking about freedom coming around you, but also things being able to be resolved rather quickly, rather easily during this time. Well, okay, it might not be easily, but there's going to be a speed to it, which isn't going to make it seem as hard as it could seem. Then we have the High Priestess, which is exquisite, and the Princess of Swords, really amplifying that Libra energy, but also talking about an air sign energy, a Gemini, a Libra, an Aquarius. So there's a sense here of also knowing your mind, intellect, and clear thinking is going to be very important to you and very much a part of you during this time. We have the Ace of Cups, we have the lady who is holding a cup within her hand. It could also be a horn of plenty, but I see it very much as a cup. So there is a sense of taking this gift of healing, of cleansing. Do know that it can make you a little bit more emotional. You can be feeling rather sensitive during this time, so being kind to yourself. And then you have the, what is it? Oh, Sornonos. There we go. Sornonos. And this right here is you. So Sornonos, there we go, is representative of you during this time. And you might be having some doubts about things, Capricorn, because you're represented by the devil in the major arcana, which is Cernonos here, and you are represented by the pentacles in the minor arcana. So you might be having some questions around your wealth, around your prosperity, things here that you've been battling with yourself with around your career. And now you're really stepping into your power, knowing your own, finding that justice that you had thought that you felt was eluding you. So we're starting off here with the otter and the scarab beetle spirit. So the otter, I love the heart that the two otters make, showing you that there is always love surrounding you, that you are never alone. Your angels and your spirit guides are always a part of you. And then we have the scarab beetle as before, when I stated that the ancient Egyptians thought the scarab beetle and saw the scarab beetle as sacred. There is a sacredness during this time. There is a beauty that moves you forward, and there's a sense of you seeing things that others do not see and being really aware emotionally of what you want. Now, this cleansing really does help it move forward, but there's a power and a beauty and an insight to you that is very private. You're going to be more private during this time, more claiming a throne that you thought was lost to you, more claiming a power that you hadn't really believed could be yours, but now we're really starting to see that this is your birthright. And as you're moving forward, you're embracing this spiritual awakening with the High Priestess, and you're going to see that you know a lot more than you thought you did. And there's a power to your mind. There's a power to your I am presence. This sense of I am greatness. I am prosperity. I am bounty. I am beauty. I am clarity. I am bliss. And as you embrace this I am presence, you follow your truth. Your truth is going to be very important to you. It doesn't mean that you have to speak the truth all the time, because that can be a bit rude, and a bit mean. But it does mean that you are stating your truth. You are saying, this is what I want for my life. This is what I need. This is the balance that is coming in. And it's with your passion and with your heart. It's with the earthly plane and it's with the spiritual plane. And you are finding this balance. You are embracing this balance, which is what the Justice card is all about. And it leads you to your truth, to your brilliant power, and to your powerful existence, to your powerful, bounty of self. And at the heart of everything, Capricorn, you might be sitting there and being like, oh my gosh, am I doing everything okay? There can be a lot of worry. Like, you might find that instead of going to sleep at night because your mind is on overload, because you are worried, because you are doubting things, you might find that you're just on YouTube, mindlessly watching videos instead of sleeping. Or, just scrolling through things, scrolling through pictures, on Instagram, on Pinterest, on, a myriad of different time-wasting sites. And here it's saying, okay, center yourself. Center yourself and look at what you are fearing. Look at what is causing you anxiety. This can also be that you have a really big project and you're not time wasting. You are using every moment of your time, but the 24 hours in a day, it's just not enough. So here, it can be that work is driving you up and down the Mississippi, just demanding so much of you that you're questioning things. And it can also be that you're demanding so much of yourself, Capricorn, that you're taking the beauty out of what it is that you used to love. And the funny thing is that you're pregnant with endless possibilities. You have this beautiful knowledge, this beautiful power to you, but you have to rest. And that's why I say it's funny, because here it's the doubt, it's the fear, it's not resting, but that's draining you. And that's causing, it's causing harm to you, because when you are pregnant, you need to take care of yourself, right? So here you have the lady, you have the earth, you have the symbol of fertility and prosperity and bounty. And this is you. And the doubt and the fear, am I worthy of it? Can I move forward the way that I want to? What if I mess up? What if everything falls apart? What if I'm not as good as I thought I was? What if, nothing ever works out? Does that keep you in a constant state of having the dreams but never bringing them forth into the world, or having the crops start to wither up, right? So here it is saying, okay, yes, at your heart there is fear, most definitely, but it's the fear of the mind. And the mind is a intense thing, because we can talk ourselves out of our greatness, and we can talk ourselves into our greatness. And here I'm really seeing the power of talking yourself into your greatness. And it's not saying, oh, I'm great, everybody look at me, kind of thing. It is saying, I own my power. I might not know my purpose, and it doesn't matter your age. I know people sit there and, the older we get, the more worried we get. Like, oh my gosh, is it always going to be like this? Will I ever, know my purpose? Will I ever be happy? Will I ever have the life that I imagined? And we put a time frame on things. And I'm really seeing here a weight being lifted from your shoulders. You're not Atlas. You do not have to carry the world. And what you are carrying is your endless possibilities and the hopes of your future. And it doesn't matter your age. You are entering into a rebirth of self, a power of integrity, a sense of endless ideas, a sense of, brilliant passion really coming forward. And you're claiming a throne that you thought was lost to you. You're claiming a power you thought was lost to you. And as you claim this power, as you know this truth, you move forward in it. And it becomes a beating part of your being. It becomes your heart, your essence, your soul, yourself. It courses through your veins. It is your river. It is your blood. It is your lifeline. And the doubt and the fear, it comes. But it's actually going to harden your resolve and saying, you know what, I'm not going to back down. This isn't something I can walk away from. This is part of my DNA and myself. And so as you're looking at things, you are giving birth to your reality. You're giving birth to your dreams. And justice comes. You see a balancing of scales. You also see a wisdom coming over you. But also owls. Owls are fierce. Hawks are afraid of owls. Okay? So when you have an owl sitting right here next to justice, this is a being that sees in the dark. This is a being that can turn its head all the way around. That's impressive. A little spooky. I love owls, but there is this sense here of being able to see what is out of others' vision. There is a sense here of being able to understand what others do not fully comprehend or cannot fully comprehend. There's a balancing of the scales. Truth is going to be so important to you during this time. Truth of work, truth of, dedication of self. You're also going to find that you work really well with a Libra and with a Virgo. Now, there is some pain here around a Virgo, but things may very well be changing, or, you're seeing that person in a different light, and you're knowing what you can expect from them and what you can't. But there is a sense here of justice, of balance. And as this justice and balance comes in, you're definitely taking this gift of the Ace of Cups. There is a sense of beautiful love surrounding you. And I know we're talking about money, we're talking about career, but when we're talking about money and we're talking about career, we're also talking about you. And you're not a workhorse, you're not a work machine. And there is a sense of you needing to take care of yourself in a very real and very powerful way, of you being just to yourself, of you cutting through the doubts and the fears that have held you back. And there is this emotional cleansing that is happening, that is saying, that is having you turn inward, and is having you face the fears that made you think, oh no, I can't do this. Or, oh my gosh, I'm just so exhausted. You can't add one more thing to my plate kind of mentality. You're being cleansed, and you're finding that there is more energy. You have more energy than you could possibly have realized when you are letting go of what isn't important. When you are saying, okay, I can do so much, but I'm also going to have to choose my battles. I'm going to have to choose where I stand, what I want, what I desire, what I need. And as you do so, the rivers run through you. Okay? It is a purifying energy that is a part of you. And this can make you very sensitive. The Ace of Cups, I find, can make you astoundingly sensitive, can make you astoundingly intuitive. This, coupled with the High Priestess, can be a very intense time, and you can really feel like you are understanding things that haven't been said, that you have a knowledge and a power to you, that you're like, ooh, how do I know this? How is this moving forward? It's your spiritual awakening. And that is really guiding you, and it's sculpting your mind in a new way. So just be mindful of this during this time. Now, at your roots, there's a chaos. Now that's what I see with the Five of Wands. Now the Five of Wands here are children, and it looks like they're practicing their staff work, right? And that's really good. They need to. They need to grow up to be warriors, especially during this ancient time. And there is also a sense here of kind of the play getting out of hand. Somebody's knuckles could have gotten hit, and all of a sudden what was, rather sporting becomes angry and agitated and nasty. So do know that things can progress that way, where you're looking at something and you're like, wow, this is really great. And then you're seeing it again, or something is happening and you're like, wow, how did things switch on you? And this has been something that you've experienced before. All right, this is something where it can be internally, where you're thinking, oh, okay, I'm going really, really well. Everything's going really, really well. I'm really happy. I'm, really enjoying this. And then something switches. And all of a sudden it becomes a struggle. All of a sudden the joy's out of it. All of a sudden you're not, living up to your own expectations. And here with Cernunnos, there is a sense here. Now, Cernunnos is the god of the forest. And here, yes, he looks rather ominous. But the god of the forest is a blessing. Yes, he, controls, there is a death to embark the rebirth of the forest and everything like that. So you're going to see that, yes, Capricorn, things move in cycles for you. And it might feel very much like your life is about the changing of the seasons. Things change like the seasons change. But there is a blessing that is coming over you in the forest. There is a blessing that is moving you forward. There is a power and a beauty. Now, the Devil card and Cernunnos here talks also about a release of addictions. Now, this could be drugs, alcohol, food, sex, things like that we can say, and people, have medically proven these are addictions. But then there are also the addictions of self-doubt, of putting too much on your shoulders, of, not feeling good enough, of, being a people pleaser and saying, okay, your pleasure in me, the way you look at me, and I'm not saying sexually, I'm saying like the way people see you means more than the way you see yourself. And that has caused you chaos. And now you're claiming back your power. And you're saying, no, I'm not a devil. I'm the god of the forest. Yes, this talks about trees falling. Yes, this talks about rebirth. Yes, this talks about pain. And this talks about sorrow. But that is a natural part of life, whether you like it or not. A squirrel doesn't do anything to deserve bad karma or anything like that. But a squirrel has a lifespan, and a squirrel can break bones and everything. So nature isn't always kind. And I was walking and I saw a tuft of bunny fur. Now, either that bunny lost its fur or it became a meal for somebody. And I thought, oh, wow, it's beautiful. But when you think of it and you're giving it a story, it's also kind of sad. But then you feel happy for that animal that got a meal, that didn't starve. So there is that circle to life, and there is that circle to things where you're like, oh, okay, you can see it, and that's why your life feels like seasons, okay? And I see you moving out of a season of chaos, especially within your work, within your creativity, within your passion, within what you desire to create and cultivate within your life, because here with the High Priestess, you're seeing things so much more clearly. You're seeing with passion and with intentment and with, a sense of turning inward, but also there is going to be a sense here. Now with the High Priestess, I love the High Priestess because she, to me, represents the Oracle of Delphi in Greek mythology. And the Oracle of Delphi, she always spoke in riddles, but everybody came from all over the ancient world to hear her speak, to hear an answer to their question. And then they spent their whole life, figuring it out and understanding things. And so here I see your third eye opening. I'm seeing you see, Spirit is showing me you seeing things so much more clearly than you have before. There's such a power to you, and there's a brilliance to you, and there's a knowledge to you. This knowledge is going to move into every aspect of your life. So it can be a bit of an adjustment. The High Priestess coming into your life, really, you have the Five of Cups here. It changes your whole entire life because it changes your whole entire perception. And what you had once thought were failures, you're going to start turning around and seeing the blessings, the beauty, the Two of Cups that follows you, that is a part of you. And you're going to start seeing the cycle of things much more clearly. Like where you had once thought, oh, maybe this is just a failure, you're going to start seeing a prosperity, a rebirth, a power to you. And you're moving forward in this power, in this rebirth, in this understanding. And there is a sense of knowledge moving you forward to greatness. Knowledge moving you forward to more than you had hoped to reason and to understand. And as you are moved in this direction, when it comes to your work, when it comes to your career, this is a time that is much more personal for you and that is highly, highly prosperous, but it's not all at once prosperous. So you're not going to have this big payday, like the winning of the lottery. There is this sense of things falling into alignment, of you moving forward out of the chaos into the power of yourself, and you seeing the blessings that are around you because he has antlers on his head. In ancient times, you would have Cernunnos and the representation of the goddess. So you would have the horned one and the high priestess get together, have a coupling, and that was the coupling of the earth and of spirituality to bring forth the harvest, okay, and to call forth the spring and the summer. And that's what I'm having here. There's that blessing that is over you, and there is that freeing from negativity, and it moves you to the Priestess of Swords. Now, there's a strong connection here with an air sign energy, a Gemini, a Libra, and Aquarius. And just like this Hermit energy, this Virgo energy, it might not be the best. There might be doubts and there might be fears that are associated with this air sign energy. But I'm also seeing here, that's one avenue, but I'm also seeing here there's a knowledge, there's an understanding, there's a seeking, there's a purity of intention that you have during this time where you're like, okay, I'm going even deeper. I'm looking at things more. And you might think sometimes that you're a bit naive because, she's the princess. She's not the queen. There is a younger approach to things during this time. And so when you're having this youthful energy around you instead of a more mature energy around you, as you're reasoning, as you're understanding, you might sit there and be like, oh my gosh, am I doing the right thing? But in the Serpent's line here, you have the Justice card, which is this mature energy, is this knowledge. Here you're holding the sword and the hilt is down. Here, hilt up, blade down. Here you're holding the sword, ready for the attack, ready for the battle, ready with the knowledge that you know that you have earned. And this is what's crowning you. There are going to be decisions that are made during this time where you think, oh my gosh, am I informed enough? You might be doing a cram study session, like with the Nine of Swords here. It doesn't, cram study, you may not be at school, but where you're sitting there and you're like, okay, I have a few days to become really, really good at this, and that's what I'm going to do. And there is a sense here of, as you are moving forward, you are going to find out that you actually know more than you thought you did. And there's also a sense here of pushing your boundaries. So let's say, for example, you're looking for a new job. It doesn't have to mean that you are. But statistically, it has been proven that women do not look for jobs where the job requirement says things that they cannot do, whereas men fake it till they make it. Not all women, of course, I'm saying here, but men will either say, okay, I have X amount of time to learn how to do this, or, once I get the job, then I'll learn how to do it kind of mentality. And that's what I'm seeing here. I'm seeing that, embracing that power. You might think, oh my gosh, there's so much more that I need to learn. But really, you either have the time to learn it or have the ability to learn it. And this moves you forward in a power and to a place of justice, to a place of power, prosperity, bounty. And we have here the Hermit. And the Hermit is turning inward. The Hermit is following your own light. The Hermit is looking at things and saying, oh no, I understand. And that's the thing with the Nine of Swords, because this is the repeat of the number 9. And with the 9 of Swords, there is a sense of worry, doubt, fear, the mind taking over too much. But as you are soothed by your inner light, as you are guided by your North Star, which is your earthly energy right here. Earth sign energy directionally is north. Air sign energy is east. So sunsets are going to be, did I say sunsets? Sunrises. Sunrises are going to be very important for you during this time. And this sense of bounty, understanding, prosperity, and peace is going to be something that really works towards you, really works for you. And there's this sense here with the gift of the Ace of Cups, the sunset with the directional province of the West here. the sunsets are also going to be a time of heartfelt contemplation, and there's this doubt, this fear, like, can I move forward? Am I going in the right way? Am I moving forward towards my goals and towards my dreams? And the answer is yes. The answer is yes. You just need to step back a bit. And as you step back, you are empowered, you are invigorated, and you find that you have so much more going for you. You have so much more going for you, Capricorn, than you have ever imagined. And there is a true sense of divine prosperity being a part of you, just a blessing that moves you forward more beautifully than ever before. And your subconscious message for this time is the Five of Pentacles. You're not seeing, you're doubting. And, it just, oh my gosh, there's that rabbit being hunted, by this hound right here. And it might be, sad, but it is also a circle of life and a true beauty. And so here, because the hound gets to live on. And here, the pentacles are that prosperity is a part of you. And even though you might feel out of the loop of it, it has never left you and it will never leave you. And again, this amplifies the completion of the cycle here, and also a sense of freedom that is coming over you. Your subconscious chakra message is inspiration. You are going to be inspired during this time, and you're going to be moving forward in inspiration. This is also the chakra of the sacral chakra. So there is a strong sense of flexibility to you, and really relying on your relationships and seeing karmic patterns coming into play here, seeing things, a pattern to things that you're like, oh, why did that happen? And now you're starting to see it. And that happens with the awakening of the High Priestess, with the cleansing of the Ace of Cups, and this spiritual power coming over you. And then we have the subconscious message of the spirit animals, and this is the skunk spirit. Know your worth. Know your worth. No matter, how others might see it. A skunk never sits there and goes, oh my gosh, I stink, I don't have any worth. It says, this is how I protect myself. This is how I get rid of, predators. I have my worth. I know my worth. Know your worth, Capricorn, because it's brilliant. All right, Capricorn. I hope this reading has resonated with you. I wish you nothing but light, love, peace, and happiness. May harmony always be with you. And I love you all. Bye.